Hi, this is Dawn of StampTillDawn.com, and I am so excited to be sharing with you my series of videos on coloring techniques. So this is the first video, and in this video I'm going to kind of give you an introduction to some of the products I'll be using throughout the month. That way you can kind of gather them together and play along with me and have an idea of what we're going to be doing. So first of all, about coloring, coloring's become the big thing and everybody's buying these coloring books, and even I bought one and I periodically worked on it, but I prefer to color things that I can then use later. So I like to create my own coloring book, if you will, and make cards and scrapbook pages and paper crafts and just use those colored things. So here's an example of a coloring page that you could make yourself, and I used this stamp set and a black ink pad to create this page. I'm going to add some leaves to it still, and then I'll be coloring it and showing you some fun things that you can do with that. So this month I narrowed it down to 4 particular stamp sets I'm going to use. So this is C1640 Friend and Me. These stamp sets are close to my heart stamp sets. There's C1643 Stuck on You, C1638 Spring Critters, and this is the stamp of the month. I'm filming these videos in 2016, and they'll be airing in March. And so the March stamp of the month is S1603 Sunshine Birdies. And when I decided to do this series, I didn't know that Close to My Heart was going to have what's called Stampaganza, where you buy 2 stamp sets and you get 1 free. So it's a great time to stock up on stamp sets. The first thing you need besides cute stamps to make your own coloring book pages is good paper. So I'm going to be using 2 different papers this month. The first one is the Close to My Heart White Daisy cardstock. As you can see, it's a bright, bright white paper. It's very smooth and it takes the ink really well. So that's why I'm using that. And then when we work on watercolors, I will be using the Close to My Heart watercolor paper. It also has a it's a nice bright white, and the thing that's different about this watercolor paper as opposed to other ones I've seen on the market is it's nice and smooth, which works really well when you want to stamp an image on it. Sometimes if it has a lot of texture, then your stamped image will maybe look like it's not stamped completely. So that's why I'm using the watercolor paper from Close to My Heart. The techniques I'll be showing throughout the month use a variety of things. So with the stamps, we'll be using the Memento stamp pad. This is available at many craft stores, and if you're placing an order with me, we also sell it, so you can add it onto your order. But it's also available at a variety of craft stores like Michael's and Joann's. It's the Memento, by the way. Memento's Tuxedo Black. Okay. Colored pencils are one of my favorites to use. You can see I have a variety of colored pencils in here, but the majority of them are the Prismacolor pencils. And the main difference with colored pencils when you're kind of looking through your drawers and seeing what you have or seeing if you need to add to your collection is you want nice creamy ones that lay the color down really easy, and that's what the Prismacolors do. Some of the less expensive pencils are the ones that are made for children. You'll notice you color them and it's really light and you just have to work really hard to get a lot of color out of them. They're not as creamy, so that would be my tip on those. When you're using the colored pencils, we're going to show a couple of varieties of ways of blending them, and so one of them is I'm going to be using the Prismacolor colorless blender pencil. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, but I'm sure it's available pretty much anywhere they sell the Prismacolor pencils. And I will also be showing blending with odorless Turpenoid and blending stumps. This makes it look so professional, but you're working with liquid, so using the pencil is another option to that. This is really full. Like, I seem to recall it being kind of expensive when I bought it, but I'm thinking it's only like down about this much. It's pretty full. So this is something great that you could go in with a few friends, buy it, and then put it in like a little plastic container with a little top on that you can open it. So that would be something that would be good to share with friends. And we'll talk more about that when we get to the colored pencils. I'll also be doing some watercolor pencils. And this cute case, I love it. I love having my pencils in a case. It makes it easier for me to see the colors. The case is from Hobby Lobby. When I do markers, I will be using the Shin Hand markers that are available from Close to My Heart. They are a dual tip alcohol marker, so they have a wide fat tip here, and then you also have the little narrow pointy tip. So those are the markers I will be using, but you could certainly use any marker that you already have in your stash, or if you have Copics or something like that, that would work as well. I will also be showing how to do some coloring techniques using sponges and your stamp pads. So that's another one. And chalks. Chalks are actually, I probably should have started with chalks, because chalks are actually the thing that I think everybody can do. It's like newbie coloring. If you start with chalks, you'll be instantly successful, because you just need chalks and a good white eraser and you're good to go. So I got these chalks from Close to My Heart years ago, but we don't sell them anymore. So I will keep my eyes out to see if I see them for sale anywhere, but I'm sure many of the craft stores. So they're not pastels, but they are actual chalks. And I'll be showing you some different ways of applying the chalks as well. So that's my little intro to the month-long series of coloring. I hope you will join me. I hope that you will take the time to subscribe to my channel. That way when I post the new videos, you'll get a notification. And then it also helps me to see how many people are interested in it. So if you're on a mobile device, sometimes when you're on the channel, you can't see where you can comment or like the video. Just scroll past the videos, like it'll have some other videos it's recommending. Scroll past that, and at the bottom, there's a place to leave a comment. So please like and subscribe and share with your friends. And until then, stamp till dawn.